The following video was brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Save 10% on world-class hosting or any GoDaddy product when using the code POD88 at checkout. Now, the latest and greatest from the Jiggy Jaguar. Get more info at jiggyjaguar.info.
Just Ladies is a brand new reality series that Steve's going to be shooting soon with the porn industry.
I never knew I was going to get in so many TV deals. I wanted to be a financial, stock trader, corporate raider type guy, and ended up in the TV business instead.
You wanted to train penny stocks, but it's like, screw it. Well, you could have got involved with the live company, but you haven't never touched an 11-year-old, so you can't get involved in the live company.
And neither will that young man anymore.
Neither will that guy. Jeeves is camping.
With an 11-year-old?
No.
This guy tried selling us on this live company and how it was going to make us rich. Well, I told him I put more money in my 401k plan in a day than you guys got put together in your life. And kind of insulted him a little bit, and they left. To make a long story short, they were trying to get Jiggy to be rich with them so he could have his radio station here while he's down in Barbados.
Yes.
Jiggy said that won't work because they wouldn't do what I wanted. To have to fire him, and I'd be back up there anyway, so I don't want to be rich. And I said, well, I like
internet. We can do it from Barbados.
Yeah. Well, I like a lot of money, and I'm a greedy sucker, so I like to be rich. But I knew these two guys that together only had 37 cents because they found that on my floor. Weren't going to be able to teach me anything about making money.
They were digging in the couch when you wasn't looking.
That's right.
Straight they were.
They were digging in the couch.
For that quarter sack.
Well, speaking of quarter sacks, I don't know why I said.
We're gonna have my girlfriend.
We're gonna call Chris Jasper from the Isley Brothers here in a few moments.
Unlike the old time Isley Brothers.
That's right. Gold City Music himself.
Doing shit on his own now.
Apparently, he's talking to us. It is Chris Jasper. Are you there, sir?
Yes.
Hey, look at that. It is Jiggy Jag calling you. It's also the Professor Steve Lubsey, and of course our good friend Digital Dave Jennings. I was going to call him Dashing Dave Jennings, but I'm looking at Chris Jasper's Skype picture, and I'm like, nah, he's the more dashing one of the group today. How are you, my friend?
Doing great.
Now, Chris Jasper joins us today here on the big broadcast at 2 minutes after the top of the second hour of our lovely radio broadcast. We want to thank our good friends at Sports Radio 101 The Puck in Denver, Colorado. Also KFRK Denver. It's KFRKDenver.com, The Freak, for carrying us today. Chris Jasper joins us. Chris!
I got a question for Chris.
Professor's got a question for you. Jump in there.
Chris, you guys have been around for a long time, and you guys have put out a lot of great music. How many top 40 hits have you guys put out there? I'm just curious because I still hear your music on the radio today.
Well, yeah, I don't know how many. I don't know how to count them. I mean, in terms of albums, I think we did like maybe 14 albums, and all of them were
top 40 hits on all of them.
Gold and platinum.
Yeah.
So I can't give you a number because I have to go back and review the number of singles that were released, and it was a lot of them though.
You guys have sold probably over 10 million albums over time, haven't you?
I would say that. Yeah. Yes.
It's amazing stuff. We've got Chris Jasper with us today. Isley Brothers. Also, he has a brand new disc out there. Amazing music. Talk to me about the new music you've got out there, my friend.
Yes, the new album's called Inspired, and it's inspired by love, life, and by the spirit. And I tried to cover all of those issues, love, relationships, social issues, and also the spiritual. So I kind of covered all the bases on this album.
Amazing stuff. Now, talk to me a little bit about your new work, comparing that to the old work that you did with the Isleys.
Yeah, well, I tried to maintain the same musical identity I've had for many years. The R&B, soul, kind of funk tone in the music, and but the lyrics now are all uplifting types of subjects. They're good, positive love relationships. There's issues that I address. Social issues that I address. Education and stopping gun violence. some of the issues, and also, the spiritual, God's relationship, the relationship I have with God, in other words.
Steve, you got anything for?
No, I was appreciate. Do you have any of the former members of the Isley Brothers helping you in any way on this new project?
No, it's just me.
Okay.
I've been doing solo projects for a long time now. I've done 10 solo projects, four of which are gospel.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Now, talk to me about the gospel music world. I know in a little bit that's a little bit different than some of your previously work with the Isleys. How has the gospel music scene embraced you?
It's like I said, I've maintained the R&B feel in my music. I haven't changed my music. If you hear some of the gospel songs, they sound like a lot of the ballads that I've done and funk songs that I've done. But I've changed the lyrics to them, in order to praise God and maybe give some instruction here and there. But musically, it's the same.
That's cool, man.
Work like you put out, you and quite a few other artists these days have actually had an influence on country music, and I'll tell you why. Because that old country music of, and I hate to say it like this, my wife left me and I'm drunk every day kind of songs. I don't listen to country music, but I've all went away to more upbeat, positive country music. As I flip through and listen every once in a while to it, they seem to be kind of uplifted that way too. And so every time I run across artists that, always have a positive message, I tell them, you guys have helped shape country music, even without trying. Because the days of depression and that the old Merle Haggard, my wife left me, I'm in prison, even my dog ran away, it's all gone.
Yeah, I mean, I think people need to hear something positive.
Exactly. I never could understand that, drown in my beer kind of music. That's why I used to make fun of country music, because I thought, why would you want to bring something that depressing into your life,
Well, the country and the blues are kind of connected in a way, they're similar in ways. And in those ways, the stories,
Yeah.
But I like to, I always like to be positive, because that's the kind of person I am. I have to be true to who I am.
It gives you more energy that way too.
Oh yeah.
We've got Chris Jasper joining us today, former Isley brother. Also got a brand new disc out there. Amazing music. Now, talk to me about where you see your career going over the next 6 months or so. Because are you going to be touring to support this brand new piece of music you got out there?
Yeah, we're talking about some dates. Maybe we'll start in Chicago. We haven't, made any definite dates yet, but they will be up on my website as soon as we get something definite. ChrisJasper.com. That's where you can find out everything that I'm doing. Whether it be an interview, whether it be a tour date, whatever I'm doing is going to be on my website. So that's going to be up there soon. As soon as we get the nuts and bolts worked out, for these dates. But I do plan to tour maybe sometime during the end of the summer or early fall.
Now, do you keep in touch with some of the old Isley brothers? I heard you on our colleague's broadcast, Ed Till, earlier a couple weeks ago, and I caught the tail end of you talking about writing and collaborating with them on some projects.
I haven't been in touch with them for a while. I mean, Marvin, I stayed in touch with the most.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. But
yeah.
I do talk to Ernie now and then, but that's about it. I mean, I've just been doing my own thing. I've just been doing my own music for a long time.
Now, you've been getting out there. You've been promoting this stuff. You've been getting all sorts of different people involved with what you're doing. Talk to me about some of the feedback you've been getting from some of the folks that knew you from when you worked with the Isleys up until now with your new stuff.
Oh, most of the people I contact, and all the people that contact me on Facebook, it's just been so positive. They love the new project. They always say how it sounds like the Isley Brothers sound, and then I always have to tell them to kind of remind them that I was a writer on the majority of that stuff. With Ernie, and I played a lot of the instruments and a lot of the parts. So it probably does sound like the group, but. That's because of how involved I was with the band. But, it's just been so positive. People have really, made me feel good about how they love the project. So I'm happy about that.
Of all the artists out there, if you had a chance to work with any one artist in particular, be it share the same stage with them or write a song with them, who would it be?
Well, this one guy that's kind of an influence to me ever since I was younger, and he's still around. He's still performing. Stevie Wonder. I always loved his music.
Good choice.
And his style and his way of singing. I mean, I would love to write a song with him. And get in the studio. Work with him. He's such a great guy.
We've got Chris Jasper with us today, former Isley brother. He's also got an amazing new collection of music out there. Kind of spotlight some of the tracks on this new collection of songs you've got out there, my friend.
Okay, well, the title track, "Inspired," it's a love song. That's getting a lot of good response right now. And I have some other songs like "Keep Believing," which is about education, stopping gun violence, and using education as a tool to better your life. And
that is the key to that. Stopping the gun violence. Making life better for people. You're right. Is the educational point on that.
Yeah, it's very important to some of the things I say in that song. About owning what you make and being your own man and things that aren't said enough, but things that need to be said. That's kind of my approach to lyrics. Is that if something isn't being said, sometimes I'll put it in my song. There's a song on there called "Prince of Peace," which addresses the world situation and why can't we do certain things to make it better while we await the return of the Prince of Peace, and it goes into a lot of issues. And then there's songs like "Faith" that talk about, having, faith in God and being firmly rooted in the Word. And, only the Lord can do that is another spiritual message. So, "Someone," which is another love song, and "Any Day." There's so many different types of songs on this album, but they all are unique in their own way.
Now, Chris, if people want to keep up with you on the internet, is there a preferred method? Do you use the social sites, Facebook, Twitter, all these, or is it just best to communicate with you through the website?
Yeah, I mean, the website will take you to Facebook, and I'm on Facebook quite a bit. So that's probably the easiest way to reach me is through Facebook. So that's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
I'm on there every day, and I respond to people's comments and everything, and that's a good way to reach me.
Now, how can we hear some of the music? Can we find that on your website? Where exactly can people pick up some of your music, my friend?
Yes, you could go on chrisjasper.com, and you can hear the music. You can hear samples of all of my albums actually, but in particular, "Inspired." And then it tells you where you can buy it.
Well, I'll tell you, you've got. That's the one thing I like about your website, my friend, is the minute you hit your website, the music starts playing. I love that, my man.
Yeah, and that that's available there, and it'll tell you how to go to Amazon or CD Baby or iTunes, wherever you feel comfortable with purchasing. It'll take you through that too. So everything is on chrisjasper.com.
Cool stuff. Well, you guys have anything for Chris before we let him go? Or
well, I'm just wishing you great success with the new CD and keep up the hard work and keep the music coming.
Thank you. And as you say, I'm writing stuff. Right now I got new material I'm working on, so I'm always doing something. And just like to say thank you to the fans and everybody, and thank you to you guys for having me on. I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity.
It was a pleasure and an honor to talk to you,
definitely an honor. Yeah.
And I always enjoy chatting with you, my good friend, and we will definitely keep in touch. Chris, have yourself a wonderful Memorial Day, and we will talk to you soon, my friend.
You too. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Chris Jasper with us today, legendary Isley Brothers, also doing some incredible stuff with his new music, chrisjasper.com. And Steve, what do you think of the Isley Brothers and Chris Jasper, man?
I've liked their music ever since I was a little kid. I mean, Chris is obviously I'm older, but Chris is obviously a few years older than I am, and I've liked them from the day I heard them. There's some of their music I like better than other, but they're very talented musicians.
Now, if you want to get more information on us, it's JiggyJaguar.net. Of course, ChrisJasper.com is the official website. And we're going to talk here in about roughly 30 minutes or so to Ashley Vaughn of the Porn Corporation. What an amazing way to follow that up. Look at that. If you're on Ustream, you're seeing two of me right now.
And Ashley is
is your new girlfriend, apparently.
yes.
Now,
Only on his 16-inch screen.
oh, speaking of open,
you know what this
speaking
does?
of open, speaking of,
me in the head.
This looks like the,
hit me in the head.
Brucey, jump in there and tell us what's going on.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what's going on.
Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and like our videos. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check out our website.